The garden meeting was Livia's idea, which meant it was not a meeting. It was a sentencing, dressed in flowers. Livia liked gardens. They suited the way she worked, things pruned, trained, removed before they spread. She was already there when Julia arrived, moving along the edge of a white rosebed with her hands clasped, looking like a woman with nothing particular on her mind. Julia stood in the middle of the path and did not pretend. "You've been collecting," Julia said. Livia didn't look up from the roses. "Long enough. And you'll use it?" "If I must." Julia watched her. "My father made the laws. His daughter breaks them. That's the lesson Rome gets. Rome will get whatever keeps the house standing. You mean whatever keeps Tiberius positioned?" Livia finally turned. Her expression was not cruel. That was the thing about Livia. Cruelty would have been easier to bear. She looked at Julia the way a surgeon looks at a wound. Unfortunate, but the cut needs making. "You think I enjoy this," Livia said. "I think you're very good at things you don't enjoy." "You hate me because I won't pretend," Julia said. "Because I won't perform a happy marriage to a man who fled to an island rather than look at me. Because I refuse to smile and give Rome the pretty picture while your son hides in Rhodes and your husband—" "My husband," Livia said, calm as weather, "built the world you live in. And we are all so grateful." The roses moved in a faint wind off the Tiber.
"Here is what will happen," Livia said, not a threat, a recitation. "You will leave Rome." Julia stared at her. The roses moved softly around them, white heads bowing in the wind, as if even the garden had been trained to lure itself before power. "No," Julia said. "Yes." "My father would not—" "Your father has already chosen not to kill you." That silenced her. Livia let the words remain between them. The mercy, named aloud, had a way of becoming another kind of knife. "You will be sent to Pandateria," she said, "a small island in the Tyrrhenian Sea, close enough to Italy that Rome may remember you are alive, far enough that you will never trouble it." Julia's mouth tightened. "An island. A house will be prepared. Nothing shameful, nothing unworthy of your birth." Livia looked past her toward the white roses. "Stone walls, a roof, servants enough to keep you alive, guards enough to keep you obedient." Julia gave a short laugh, but there was no humor in it. "How generous. You will have no banquets, no plays, no late suppers, no wine, no musicians. No visitors unless your father permits them by name. No man will come within sight of you unless Augustus has been told his age, his face, his body, his scars, and why he must be there." Julia's expression shifted by inches. Livia watched it happen. That was the worst part. Not the sentence, but the watching. She observed Julia's fear with the quiet patience of a woman waiting for a medicine to take effect. "You will wake to the sea," Livia continued. "You will eat what is sent. You will walk where you are allowed. You will see ships pass toward Rome, and know none of them are coming for you. In summer the stones will burn. In winter the wind will come through every crack. Your name will still be spoken here, of course, but not by friends, not by lovers, not by people who miss you." Julia's face had gone pale beneath the anger. "By then," Livia said, "you will be useful as a lesson." "A lesson? To wives, to daughters, to anyone who believes blood protects them from law." Julia stepped closer. "Say prison." Livia met her eyes. "Prison."
The word struck harder because Livia did not soften it. "And if I refuse, you will not. If I leave, you will die." The roses stirred again. This time Julia heard them. Not flowers, not beauty. A soft white crowd, turning its faces toward the condemned. "You would put me on a rock and let me rot," Julia said. "I would keep the house standing. You would bury me alive. I would leave you breathing." For a moment, neither woman moved. Then Livia's voice lowered. "And that is before we discuss the names." Julia went very still. Livia folded her hands. "There are names that have been spoken in connection with yours. In kitchens, in corridors, by people who mean nothing by it and understand nothing about what they are saying. One of those names is going to cause a great deal of difficulty." Julia went very still. "Iullus Antonius," Livia said. The name sat between them in the afternoon air. "Whatever that was," Julia said, "it was nothing." "I know that." "Then it does not matter," Livia said, "what it was. It matters what it looks like. Antony's son, your father's enemy, his blood, next to Augustus's daughter." She paused. "You understand what men will make of that, if they are given the chance to make something of it." Julia's face had changed. The anger was still there, but underneath it now was something more naked. Fear. Because she understood. She was not stupid. She had never been stupid. And she could see exactly the shape of what Livia was showing her. It didn't matter that Iullus Antonius was a man she had laughed with at a dinner party, or spoken to in passing, or whatever it actually was. His name beside hers was a story, and Rome loved stories. And this one came pre-fitted with betrayal and civil war and the ghost of everything Augustus had fought to bury. "Who told you?" Julia asked. Livia said nothing. "Who told you his name?" A pause just long enough to mean something. "It was mentioned," Livia said, "by someone who didn't understand what they were mentioning." Julia looked at her for a long moment. "My father needs to hear this from me," she said, "before anyone else tells him." "Your father," Livia said, "has already heard."